Hello. Leftover turkey. We're fixing to do something.
Hey y'all, I got a haircut.
I only need about 4 cups of turkey. Y'all ever had a chicken casserole, you know, like the Ritz cracker one? I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do it with my leftover turkey. And we're gonna put it in a bowl and I'll show you what we put in it. Okay, so now we're gonna put about a cup of sour cream, can of creamy chicken, garlic powder, onion powder,
That cream of chicken looks like.
salt and pepper.
Oh.
I just got home from work. All right, so I'm stirring up the meat with my creamy chicken and my sour cream and my seasonings. And then you're just gonna spray your baking dish. Put the mixture in the baking dish. I'm gonna take a stick of butter and melt it, because over the top of this, we're gonna crush up a pack of Ritz crackers. I might do 2 packs, because I like a lot of crackers on mine. And then we'll pour the butter over it and bake it for 20 or 30 minutes. Easy as that. Okay, so you're just gonna take, I did about a pack and a half of Ritz crackers, but you're just gonna put it all over the top. Stick of butter, pour it all over the top.
Yeah, we made this something.
In the oven, 350 degrees, 20 minutes, maybe 30.
First, I go to my mom's person in her room, let out the animals,
Yeah.
put this package.
Cut up an onion. Put the onion in the pot. Get you some squash, go wash it. Cut your squash up just like slices. You're just gonna boil the squash and onions together. I don't know how many of them I'm gonna use, really. Mr. Linda is at the vet. She had to be neutered. You heard that right. She didn't mean to be a boy, okay? That's why her name is Mr. Linda. They kept her overnight just to make sure everything was good. And they're checking that polyp again that was in her ear. 3, I'm gonna save this last one. We got 3 squash and 1 onion. Put water in it and boil it a lot. All right, so I had lots of apples and they need to be used so they don't go bad. So instead of like a peach cobbler or blueberry cobbler, I'm gonna do an apple cobbler. Same recipe. I'm gonna open this stick of butter and put it in there and let it preheat in the oven. And I'm gonna put a cup of flour, a cup of sugar, a cup of milk, stir it up, pour it into the melted butter after that skillet's hot, and then drop some apples all over it, maybe sprinkle it with a little extra sugar and some cinnamon, and then bake it. 350 for maybe 45 minutes. So I'm gonna stand here while I'm waiting on that squash to boil and peel apples. I won't bore y'all with that. Oh, I love those things. Apple slices. I should have changed when I got here, because I'm hot. It's a whole bowl of apples. Okay, so we got our apples ready. We're gonna take a stick of butter, put it in that skillet, check on the turkey casserole, and let this preheat and melt. Ooh, that's looking good. Let me show it to y'all. I want it to be a little more brown, but this is what it's looking like so far. It's gonna be good. A cup of sugar, of flour. I'm using self-rising flour, White Lily. A cup of milk. Sugar, flour, and milk, that's all you need. Make a delicious cobbler with any fruit. I'm doing it with apples tonight, but I've done it with peaches, blackberries, blueberries, you name it. I've even done it with fruit cocktail. And it is always better if you use fresh fruit, but I can't tell you how many times I have made a peach cobbler. I popped a can of canned peaches, because I love canned peaches, but it's so much better with fresh. Butter's melted. So, like I said, we're just gonna pour this mixture in the butter. You don't stir it. You're just gonna drop your apples all around. Looks like we're gonna have some leftover apples to eat. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of sugar, add to the top, a little bit of cinnamon, sprinkle it across the top. Ooh. Try not to get too much. Back in the oven it goes for about 45 minutes. Now that your squash and onions have been cooking a long time and they're mushy, drain them. But you can't just drain them. You got to like really drain them. I'm going to take my leftover green beans and put them in that pot I just poured that squash out of. We're gonna heat the leftovers up. So we'll have something green on my plate and y'all won't fuss at me. But anyways, we're making squash patties, so we got to mash all the moisture that we can out of it. Now that you got your squash and onions ready, you're gonna put 1 egg in it. Put some salt and pepper, a lot of salt. And if y'all are here for healthy recipes, you're in the wrong place. I know I intake lots of sodium. Usually just do this with flour, and what you do is you put enough flour to get it to the right consistency. You want it to be like pancake batter because you're gonna fry them. But I'm gonna try it with a little bit of flour and a little bit of cornmeal because like these are so good, especially when they first are cooked, but they can get a little soggy after they've been sitting on the platter waiting for everybody to eat them. So I'm gonna try it with some cornmeal and some flour. Self-rise and cornmeal mix. Put a little bit on there and stir it up and you'll see if it feels right. I might just do cornmeal mix. It's got a little bit of flour in it. Y'all, I don't even like squash, but squash patties is always one of my favorite little things to fry up and eat. All right, I got my grease hot. I tested it with a little piece. So now I'm just gonna spoon some in. Starts to get brown around the edges, and they're ready to flip. I'll sprinkle a little bit of salt on them and then put me some more on. Hannah got home. She's already eaten her deviled egg. Okay, fix me my plate. This is also good over noodles if you just want to have it to have a little more texture. Green beans from last night and the deviled eggs from last night. I'm fixing to go sit down and eat, but let's see if this turkey casserole is any good first. That is so good. Coffee's ready. It smells so good. Caden's gonna give us a taste test. But he's got to get him some ice cream first. Let's just wait a second, do the taste test, and then get the rest of the ice cream. The people are waiting outside crust. That's the best part. Big enough bite. Okay, what do you think?